Hello, security pros, and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on today's ESA webinar, Unlocking Hidden Revenue with a Successful Tech Upsell Program. Today's session will explore how security providers can adapt their traditional sales models to meet the growing demand for personalized, flexible, and integrated security solutions with a successful tech upsell program. We will explore the latest trends and best practices, offering valuable information to help you. My name is Ana Magallon. I'm a marketing specialist at ESA, and I'm excited to lead this webinar today. Before we dive in, I'd like to provide some tips for those of you joining us on your first ESA webinar. Welcome. You will be muted for the duration of this session, but that doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. If a question or comment comes to mind at any point during today's session, click the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen, and I'll ensure we save some time for your questions with our experts today. We'll also be recording this webinar so you can rewatch the on-demand session and share it with your colleagues. Tomorrow, you'll receive an email thanking you for your attendance today with a link to the recording. Additionally, don't miss out on the opportunity to join us at ESX 2025, taking place from June 16th to 19th in Cobb County, Georgia, home of the Atlanta Braves. ESX is a premier event for electronic security and life safety professionals. With engaging sessions, valuable networking opportunities, and cutting-edge technology exhibits, ESX promises to be an unforgettable experience. Mark your calendars. Registration will be opening soon. We at ESA realize your time is valuable, so we appreciate you spending some of that time with us today. Without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to our presenters, Bill Graham, Senior Consultant of Sales and Business Development at McGuard, and Deb Moretti, Senior Consultant of Customer Experience. Bill, take it away.
Thank you, Anna. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of what a successful tech upsell program looks like, I'd like to briefly dive or discuss the challenges today and obviously moving forward for dealers who still want to compete in this space. So why a tech upsell program? Well, the biggest reason, obviously, and anybody that's in this space realizes that the market has shifted away from traditional home security sales model, which relies heavily on sales professional consultants. The market simply can no longer supports it. Consumers are increasingly seeking more personalized, flexible, and integrated security solutions that will align with their lifestyle and their preferences. Next slide, key trends in consumer behavior. Successful dealers are shifting dollars from supporting an outside sales force to driving home buyers to their website, supported by chat and sales agents. Best business practices are to offer packages that simplify the purchasing decision and upsell additional products and services at the time of installation. DIY is not for everybody, and that's including dealers. I think that you're not using the strength of your local business. Local dealers can compete with DIY in like Simply Safe by offering low cost or no cost installation with local support as an added value. In addition, I think that you have to, for those that stick their business model, work with long-term contracts, I think that you need to look at offering packages that support no contracts. So either by offering more upfront costs for the equipment or for financing available. Okay. So changing policies, so a lot of dealers that shifted their focus on the new construction market, where you, and particularly the production world, where you were kind of had exclusivity with the homeowner. But the problem that has risen strictly there is the fall off of traditional residential sales. Many dealers look to this market, but large production builders like DR Horton, Lennar, and NVR, just to name a few, have moved away from offering just not only low voltage options, but most other options as well. The current market conditions cannot support them. Production builders are no longer interested in options. They want to build and sell homes as quickly as possible to meet market demand. Thus, the shift to white glove services. Here, I just So target demographics for residential security has traditionally been homeowners between 35 and 55. The problem is that first-time buyers are ready to move from their parents' basement into the suburbs are being priced out of the market. The cost of goods, labor, and money make home ownership out of reach for most of these folks, for a lot of these folks. So this slide shows you what's happening in the residential real estate market. You can see that in the next 10 years, 72 million millennials will be entering the market. This is the largest share of today's home buyers at 38%. And if you include Gen X into that, not next gen, that jumps to 60%. And there's a shortage today and in the future, next 10 years in the housing industry, 5.5 million home, which is just going to make the situation worse. So rising single family and residential real estate investments in the U.S., upswing of single family home communities owned and rented by corporations. Just like the new car market, where 30% are leasing because they can't afford to purchase, new construction will follow suit. In the past, dealers did not service the rental market due to the economic returns. They simply weren't long-term customers. I think that's going to change in the future with single-family homeowners or homeowners that can't afford to buy a home will be leasing these homes on a longer-term basis. So I think that this is an opportunity for dealers to look at these people just like they would single-family homeowners. These folks are going to need the same products and services that are opted for homeowners. So that's just a little bit of where the market is to give you an idea of the challenges that we're facing. So with that, we'll turn it over to Deb and Reddy to talk about the Tech Upsell program, the solutions.
Thank you, Bill. Well, the Tech Upsell program, again, is designed to benefit both residential and small business markets. I think most of the dealers today certainly do have a focus on residential, but many of your selling is designed to not only sell to a homeowner, but maybe a small business as well. And with this program, you're able to use the technician's expertise to identify opportunities to add products and services on their appointment. The benefits of this program are threefold: to lower attrition, increase sales and recurring revenue, and a big win for technician retention. And talking a little bit more about that, upselling helps to grow your business for many of the reasons that Bill talked about early on here. It's important that you get the most, out of each and every sale. On average, residential companies are losing between 8 and 15% of their account base each year. Offering enhanced features beyond basic security, like safety and convenience, leads to more satisfied customers who are less likely to discontinue their services. And this is really important if you are, in fact, selling over the phone in your call center, and maybe selling DIY packages where they're pretty basic. When the technician comes into the home, they have the opportunity to see what else might make sense for that homeowner, and something that they may want to consider the day of their installation. You know, customer satisfaction parallels customer retention and it lowers attrition. Increasing sales in RMR, as we all know, acquiring new accounts is time consuming and very expensive. Recover costs by adding product options at the point of installation. We feel that this is the best time to get a bigger share of the sale for improved profitability without increasing your installation cost. And last, but certainly not least, is all about technician retention. Traditional alarm technicians provide your company with quality installations and service. And many alarm companies overlook their expertise to identify opportunities to add product and services at their appointment. This practice will benefit your company, provide technicians with more income potential, and improve sales skills. And at the end of the day, it may stop them from looking to go elsewhere because they have the opportunity to make a little more money than they would otherwise. There are many components of a successful tech upsell program. And I think this is where a lot of companies get lost because, you know, you want to throw something out there real quick and say, okay, if you sell, you know, extra product and services, we're going to pay you this. And that's kind of where it ends. There isn't anyone training or managing the process. So this is going to give you some tips on what it is you need to do to really have a successful tech upsell program, and one that isn't going to die on the vine, you know, a month or two after you roll it out. It's important to have custom business goals and objectives, including minimum upsell ROI targets. And so this all comes from your leadership and what you feel you can support and achieve with a tech upsell program. So here are some examples of companies that have goals and objectives. Some may just want to grow their average sale by an amount, say $350, through upsell opportunities and installation over the next 12 months. So this is, again, something that can be managed over the weeks and months to reach that objective of an average sales price of $350. Some may just want to improve the profit margins by 15% or more when existing customers upgrade to higher service tiers, or maintain a 25% return on investment from all upsell activities that ensure the additional services resulting in reduced churn and increased customer lifetime value. Certainly important to all of us in the industry. The next thing is all about processes and procedures. And this is sometimes where companies fail because they don't put the necessary protocols in place to ensure effective communication, value delivery, and customer satisfaction while generating that additional revenue. And this obviously involves many people internally in your organization to make sure that the process is going to work. Next, certainly you want to have the tools that the technician needs in the field so that they are successful and that they're all on the same page. So having a tech upsell menu for security and smart home options at the point of installation, along with a customer point of sale leaflet that they may choose to leave behind, and a tech upsell order form. All of those are very important tools for the technician. So it really comes down to you, the business owners, to sit down and create upsell packages that make sense for your business, that offer clear value and without appearing expensive, obviously, to the consumer. And you want to implement special promotions or discounts to incentivize the customer to purchase during that time. What else is important is operations commission and bonus program. Again, incentivizing the customer with promotions and discounts. You start there, but you also want to reward your employees for their individual performance and overall business success. That truly is critical to a successful program. And you'll want to include bonuses for your operations managers structured around the team performance. A training and coaching plan, certainly vital for developing skills and competencies. It drives both individual and team performance. And I think, as we all know, the industry has evolved today, that your installers are doing much more than they ever did in the past. They need to have customer service skills to ensure that they can talk with customers and make these recommendations that make sense not to the company, but to the customer themselves. This ensures continuous development for your employees, and it fosters a culture of learning, which is so important. Performance improvement, upskilling, and employee engagement and retention. That is what a training and coaching plan will bring to your company, and will bring success for a successful tech upsell program. Next, you will want to have a kickoff meeting agenda and a presentation. It's important to align all your team members to set clear expectations and outline your goals and objectives for the program. An upsell sales leaderboard, a visual tool used to track and display the performance of your operations sales team members based on metrics like revenue generated, number of deals closed, or upsell targets that are met. This all promotes healthy competition, motivates your team to reach and exceed the goals that your company has developed. In a nutshell, the Tech Upsell program is a fantastic initiative aimed at empowering field technicians to better serve customers. By providing them with the tools and training to educate clients about additional products and services that may make sense to their lifestyle, the program not only enhances customer satisfaction, but also boosts sales. This approach allows technicians to identify specific lifestyle and security needs, ensuring that recommendations are relevant and valuable to the customer. The program is also designed to reward your team members with income opportunities to help support employee retention. That tends to be, one of the largest challenges that we see in the industry today is holding on to your good technicians. And I believe that, an additional income opportunity can motivate a technician to do more of what they are capable of doing with the right training and the right support internally to better serve your customers and obviously your company. The Tech Upsell program opportunities to increase profitability of your call center and DIY sales, offering additional product and services at installation to boost customer satisfaction and retention. Including in that is your white glove service in the builder market, which will deliver an opportunity to sell and upgrade additional smart home options in meeting with home buyers post-close. Here are some takeaways about the program. You're absolutely going to meet customers' lifestyle and security needs by giving them another opportunity to know what may make sense for their family, for life safety, convenience, and certainly peace of mind. Increased customer engagement and customer satisfaction, which, at the end of the day is going to lower your attrition and save the money that you spend in bringing on new customers. You're going to see more profit with this program, improved business profitability. You're going to provide your technicians with advanced sales skills and added income potential, and boost employee satisfaction and retention. So implement a proven system to help your business retain valued technicians. With more income potential to offer additional products and services to customers while they're in the home or business, MacGuard can help you. We have many years of experience among us. We have a turnkey program that is customized for dealers, and we're happy to share more information with you if you are interested. But there's nothing to say that you can't take the information that we're sharing with you today to sit down with your leadership team and think about putting into place a tech upsell program that makes sense for you and your business and your technicians to bring you the profitability and the retention that you're looking for in your business today. And now I think we'll open it up to any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Deb. Let's take a look at some questions here. The first question is, won't adding product during the install upset the installation and service schedule?
Bill, do you want to answer that, or?
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. As long as you sit down and pick the right options and products and services to add at the point of installation. With today's technology, it doesn't take long to learn in a new sensor or install and learn in a smart device. So the added time to the actual installation is very minimal. And if your goal is to get 2 installations is still done in a day, having a tech upsell program shouldn't really interfere with that process.
I agree with that. And so many times, I mean, Bill and I have worked in the industry for many years in sales and operations. And with the ease and convenience of today's security systems, I believe that you can add, a couple or even a few wireless devices. And that comes down to, life safety. Maybe during a call center call, they're not focusing much on fire protection and life safety. They may want to talk with customers about monitored fire protection, or protecting an additional door that wasn't purchased at the point of sale with a DIY package or a call center call. So those are, I think, good reasons for a technician to assess the needs of that particular customer when they're on the appointment, to make recommendations. And again, it's not like they are being pushy with sales, but they're pointing out from their point of view, a technician's point of view, which most customers trust at the point of installation, to make these recommendations and easily add them at that time of the appointment.
Yeah, to Deb's point is if you're using e-commerce to generate sales, a best business practice is just offer good, better, best packages, not complicate the sales process. You're not designing a custom system. You want to complete the sale, get it scheduled, get the technician out there. And there's a lot of opportunities, for example, as Deb said, to add fire protection, adding an additional keypad for convenience. There's a lot of things that will not take a lot of time that will not only add a lot of revenue, but service your customers' need to reduce that attrition down the road. It's been proven that the more a customer will invest in their security system, the lower the attrition will be over the long run.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. Here we have another question. How should commission be paid to the technician?
Well, I think that you want to typically you're going to include it. Most dealers are going to include it in their pay, but you want to keep separate track of their earnings and post those earnings so they can look at how they're doing amongst their peers and motivate them. Typically, depending on the amount revenue, I would only recommend a once a month or possibly even once a quarter payout, because you want that to be a substantial number, which if you pay once a month or once a quarter, should be a substantial payout.
Perfect. Thank you. Who should train the technicians on how to upsell options on their appointments?
Well, that really needs to be, again, a concerted effort among the leadership team of the company. And certainly you want to include your sales management in the training of your technicians. But again, you're going to do that alongside your operations manager, because you want to make sure they're all on the same page. Again, we don't want to upset an operations schedule, certainly. And that's why it's important to sit down and create the packages that make the most sense to the business itself, and things that are not going to upset the schedule. But also, today's technicians are installing wireless equipment, have more, I think, sales skills than maybe they even know, because they know their jobs and they know what makes good sense to customers. And your sales management team will help them understand how they should present their recommendations to customers, in a manner that makes sense, obviously, to the company and to the customer themselves, and then to be successful with those sales skills that they will learn inside the company to take out with them into the field on a daily basis. And that can be done, not only with new installations, but certainly also with service appointments, where a customer may need something more that makes sense to a technician, that they can discuss with the customer at that time and possibly add something there as well, especially, with where we are with third-party services today and customers that may not be using an app to control their security system and the conveniences that they may want to add in their home security systems. So there's an awful lot of opportunity, and I think that the technicians themselves already have a great deal of knowledge, but what they need will be to learn how to present the knowledge that they have in a sales manner. That's why the tools that you give them are so important, with the menu for a customer that the company has stands behind, and also their order forms and their leaflets. All of those things will bring credibility to not only the company but also the technician and their recommendations.
Thank you so much, Deb.
Mhm.
I'm seeing one more question. Should the technician recommend additional options if the customer was sold by a salesperson?
Yeah, absolutely. Even though a lot of this presentation is directed about towards there is no sales opportunity because it's sold through a call center or through new construction, where a sales representative may not have had or probably didn't have the opportunity to meet with the customer pre-construction. It's the technician, if it's an e-commerce sale over the website, or it's a technician going in to set up the builder standards and discuss options. But if you're running a traditional sales department, there's nothing wrong with having your installation um, technician recommend additional products and services. And this is where the sales manager can help with the training. Obviously, the last thing they need to do is throw the sales representative under the bus as not knowing what they were necessarily doing. So it's just really a matter of how they present that additional products and services in the home.
I agree with that. And, to Bill's earlier point about the builder market and how, it's shifted so much to uh, companies like ours not having the opportunity to meet with home buyers in the pre-construction process. Many of these builders are, basically putting, if they are at all, a security option on their options list that may just be chosen at a center for the builder or in a model home, and they may not even be talking much about it. So it gives the installer an opportunity to talk with new homeowners about what maybe someone else never had an opportunity to share with them. So very important there to make your builder program more successful on the back end.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. So, unless anybody has any more last minute questions, I believe this concludes our time together. Um, thank you so much, Deb. Thank you so much, Bill. Are there any parting statements that you guys would like to say before we go?
Well, certainly would like to thank you for your time today, and it's been a pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much, and thank you to all of our attendees. The recording for this meeting will be available by tomorrow, so stay posted on that. And thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone.